Hey friends, Lauren here. I just wanted to share a little bit about this book that I just finished. It's called Troubled by Rob Henderson. Troubled, a memoir of foster care, family, and social class. I grabbed this from the library last week. I had put it on hold after I heard about it at our Paper Pie convention last month, and it became available last week, and I just finished it today. But I wanted to share a few things that I learned. The last chapter, he's talking about different studies that he learned about with regards to how kids in foster care go on to, into adulthood, or like what happens to foster care kids as they emerge into adults. And he is quoting a study that I'm happy to share the reference with you if you're interested. But he's quoting a study that found that in LA County, which is where he grew up, 64.5% of foster kids graduate high school compared to 86.6% of kids who are socioeconomically disadvantaged. So he's saying that children in foster care, when compared to children who are raised in poverty, still go on to graduate high school less frequently. And in fact, the 86% of kids who are in poverty graduating from high school, that's actually the same rate of high school graduation over all of the socioeconomic classes in LA County. And his main point here is that it's that instability that foster kids experience, especially during their young formative years, that really impacts their health, their education, and how they grow up later on as they are, young adults and entering adulthood. He goes on to say that 11% of kids from families in the bottom 25% of the income bracket in the United States obtain bachelor's degrees in college, but only, less than 3% of children who have been in foster care go on to college and obtain their bachelor's degree. He points out that a poor kid is almost 4 times more likely to graduate from college than a child who was raised in foster care. He also says, let's see, compared with their siblings who were never placed in foster homes or other types of outer home care, kids who are placed in foster care are 4 times more likely to abuse drugs, 4 times more likely to be arrested for a violent crime, 3 times more likely to be diagnosed with depression or anxiety, and twice as likely to be poor as adults. Placement instability, that is, frequent relocations, appears to be largely responsible for those detrimental outcomes. So those were his words. I was just reading from here. But what I love is that he ends this chapter and the whole book by talking about how reading has really been something that helped him come out of addiction and other detrimental outcomes that he was experiencing himself. He says that a couple of his mom's friends were asking him if they thought that if he thought whether they should read to their 6-year-old more, because they said that they were having trouble, or they were concerned that the 6-year-old wasn't talking as much as his peers. And he said yes, but not because it will expand his vocabulary, which of course it will, but read to him because it will remind him that you love him. And I never envisioned myself as a parent who would read aloud to my kids as often as I do. It just was not one of those things when I thought about being a parent. It's just not one of those things that came to my mind, not for any good or bad reason, but reading aloud to my kids has just created such a strong connection with them. And I love being able to share stories and share books and share knowledge with them that way. But I found also through my Paper Pies business, I've come across lots of families that after I encourage them to read a little bit more with their kids, whether it's a book that they purchase from me or a book that they get from the library, because we love the library in our house too, I found that they come back and tell me that they feel that they have strengthened their connection with their kids. And in a lot of cases, it helps their kids become more calm. I'm not saying it lasts forever, but it helps them have that connection so that they can better, work through their day, or, they're able to learn new things that help them, be more calm, or different strategies they can take to be more calm. So I was super excited that I was able to read this week because my Paper Pie team happens to be running their annual book drive for My Stuff Bags Foundation this week. So it's just coincidence that I was able to get this off my hold list at our library when we're running this fundraiser. But so we are partnering with My Bags Foundation. It's an incredible organization that partners with foster care agencies and organizations across the US to provide belongings to kids who are emergently placed in foster care. So, based on what I just read in this book, it's those times when a child is taken from an environment that they know and placed into a new environment that they don't know is where a lot of the trauma occurs. And I'm paraphrasing what I learned from reading this account of Rob's time in foster care. And I would highly recommend you take a look at this book just because the storytelling was phenomenal and it just opened my eyes to a lot of things that I didn't know. But it's those times when kids are being placed in a different situation that can be the most traumatic. So, My Stuffed Bags Foundation was created so that those times when that is happening is when they step in to try to provide a little bit of comfort and normalcy to those kids. So they provide bags full of belongings to kids who are emergently placed in foster care. They provide hygiene items, clothing, other necessities like that. They also love providing teddy bears or stuffed animals, as well as a book to each of the children, which is where we step in. I love partnering with them to be able to provide books that can help give a child a sense of comfort or a sense of relief. So if you are interested in joining us, I would love to partner with you in helping provide books. It's an incredible time to do it because this year Paper Pie has books that we're selling for only $1. So if you give us a $50 donation, I'm able to purchase $50 or 50 different books to stuff in 50 different bags for 50 different kids across almost 50 states. I think there are a couple of states that don't have locations that partner with My Stuffed Bags, but it's across the US. And in addition, Paper Pie matches that donation by 50%. So we would have an additional $25 worth of product that we're able to send as well to My Stuffed Bags Foundation. Everything is going directly to them. I'll be placing an order so that you guys don't have to pay shipping on each of your donations to My Stuffed Bags Foundation. And if you are interested in getting any more info, please let me know. I'd be happy to share. And again, highly recommend Troubled by Rob Henderson if you would like to learn more about the foster care system in the United States.